Dumelang, welcome to another special episode of 8614 World by me, myself, and I am after 29. And we're back. We're back after a while. We're back on the YouTube streets. And yeah, man. It's been how long has it been? 2 weeks, I think. It's been 2 weeks. Yeah, hey. Things happen, guys, in this life thing. You go through my existential crisis and the likes. But yeah, we move. Just gotta go back into routine and everything will be fine, man. Everything will be fine and then we we can rock again. Can go back to rocking. Or what? Yeah. So a lot has happened since I was last on this chair and talking to the camera. Eh, First things first, in footballing news, we'll go by order from South Africa, from Africa going upwards. Paris won the league finally. That was about time, which makes us treble champions for the 2025-26 season, having won the Prem, the Betway Premiership, the Carling Knockout, and the MTN8. So 3 trophies more than any other team in South Africa. Just saying. We're the only team in South Africa with 3 trophies at the moment. So respect on the name. Speaking of teams in South Africa, Sundowns won the CAF Champions League, which was also about time because they made it to the final last season rather, and they couldn't get over the line then, but now they got over the line, and yeah, man, it's good to have champions in South Africa. It because we always say the best football in Africa is in South Africa, but we we never really get the chance to not get the chance, but we don't really have the end result to prove it. But yeah, there's a step in the right direction, and hopefully we expand on it in the next season. And speaking of Paris and Sundowns, a player who has played for both teams and is currently on the books of Orlando Pirates, but he's said to be leaving, is the Master Chef, which is a cautionary tale for for local players, if I could say, because when you know you're too good and everybody else knows you're too good, you tend to make certain mistakes, thinking that because you're too good, everything will be forgiven. Because this man was at Supersport, Sundowns, Sikhune, and Pirates. 4 teams, and across all the 4 teams, the same problems have been stated. Or he has a problem in his social life. He has bad habits that do not align with a professional footballer's career, which will eventually mess up the career, which is what we're seeing right now because the man is set to leave Pirates after barely a season because he disappeared after the first half of the season. And you could tell because the signs were there because he got heavier. You could see Mr. Chavez heavy. He's a bit heavy, which did not negate his skills or whatnot. He still had the footballing skills, but then affected stamina and pace and all the other things that you need to complement your footballing skills. So Without that, you cannot play for 90 minutes. You can barely play 45 minutes. You can barely play 30 minutes. So you could see he'll come on as a sub in the 60th, 70th minute, and by the end of the game, he's huffing and puffing like he's been there playing 120 minutes. So the signs were there. We were just naive because we were like, oh, we were that girl. What I will change him. You know that girl. I will change him. That was us as South Africans and Pirates fans, because he the narrative around him coming to Orlando Pirates that, oh, yeah, he will change given the environment provided by Orlando Pirates, but it seems to have failed. The MasterChef project has failed once again. So we'll see the the next chapter of his career, where he goes and how he behaves, because he is probably, according to when we talk about skill, one of the best, if not the best, midfielders we have in South Africa at the moment, based on skill alone. But careers are not made by skill alone. You have to have the discipline and everything else that will complement your skills. So if you kind of put those in the back burner and you ignore them and you think, oh, no, I'll just succeed on skill alone, because you can see even how the players who've played with him and the players who are currently playing with him talk about him, because he is that good. He is. No one is denying that. But discipline with it. Discipline. Sometimes that's the what do they call it? I don't know the technical term, the right English term, but discipline will be what gets you there. It will be that final check mark that will be like, yeah, now you are what you're meant to be. Excuse. So as I said, cautionary tale in the MasterChef. A lot of young footballers will unfortunately learn. Unfortunately or fortunately, it depends on how you look at it. They will see what not to do when you when you when you are that good. Know what not to do and know what to do. And the Master Chef has provided millions of reasons of what not to do, because everyone will know you're that good, but no one will want to be associated with you for an extended period of time. Because that's what we see in Kwahaya, man. They are every street has that talent. Koro mwana that I was when children are playing with the plastic ball from a passer, and he will share a skill, take a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pass the ball back to them, and you will see the skill in that person. But what the gap between them and the person who made it is that person who made it had the discipline, and they gave in the all. So people tend to not want to walk away from their bad habits because they are that good in whatever that you do. Being that good doesn't make you untouchable, doesn't make you invincible. You can still be you can still be hey, I don't know if this is the right word to say, but you can still be hurt. It is the right thing to say. It doesn't mean you won't be hurt in the career sense or in the emotional sense, because things like that will break you and will make you lean more into your bad habits, because you'll be like, I watch on. What one? So yeah. So yeah. Hey, that was that was a long one, but yeah, man. Let's tell your kids who want to be soccer players about Sipho Mbule and how his career turned out to be. Tell them everything. Don't just don't leave out certain details. Tell them everything so that they know what not to do and what to do when you are that person. What? Yeah. And moving on to Europe, we're still talking about football. In Europe, we were saved from millions of uncomfortable conversations by Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain, PSG saved us from uncomfortable conversations because those people were getting unruly. The Gunners, the Gunners, whatever you are, they were stepping out of line, and someone had to step in, and it was Luis Enrique and his men, because it was too close, almost, eh, almost, because if Dembele missed that penalty, we'll be talking about a different story now, because you'll be hooray. And another conversation that will step up is the Kai Havertz situation, because he'll be one of the few players who were able to win Champions League for two different clubs, having scored the winning goal, I think, in the two finals for both Arsenal and Chelsea. Because that, imagine that alternate reality where Kai Havertz is in some debates of the greatest players to play in the Champions League. So we were saved from a lot to keep things short. But yeah, man, congratulations to the Gunners. They tried, but unfortunately and fortunately for us, they couldn't do it. So yeah, man, that's that. And today's episode is gonna be short. Do you know when your mother decides, sorry, this weekend we're doing spring cleaning? They will tell you, hey, if you had plans to see your friends, if they plan to come over, they should move. They should just move their plans to a different time, because this weekend we're doing spring cleaning. So your plans to visit the household will be postponed to another time, because we're doing spring cleaning. So that's what's happening in South Africa right now. We're trying to do spring cleaning, but we can't do spring cleaning because there are visitors. Some are welcome, some are unwelcome, but nonetheless, can they excuse us while we do spring cleaning, and we will call them to come back once we're done. Just as a summary of the immigration movement right now. Just excuse us for 4 or 5 years. We'll call you when we're done. Once we sorted everything out, because South Africa is at that point where a lot of things are coming into light, and we have to deal with them. And we have to deal with them by ourselves without you interfering as a visitor, whether you are welcome or unwelcome or one. So now you're given a chance to leave before you are forced to leave. If you are an unwelcome visitor, you've been given that chance to leave. And yeah, man, that's my summary on what's happening right now, because even, how can I put this? not every movement will be perfect. The freedom fighters movement will not be perfect, was not perfect. The apartheid movement was not perfect. So now speaking Espanol. The the movement fighting against apartheid was not perfect because a lot of things were done that most of the people did not want to happen. Most of the people did not agree with those things, but they were done and they did happen. So not everything was perfect about the movement against apartheid, which means not everything will be perfect about every movement that will happen after that movement, simply because of moral decay. Yeah, that's like it all boils down to that. Moral decay means that even the movement that is to the betterment of South Africa will be used by people to push their own agendas that are not for that movement or that do not align with the movement, but they may seem to align with the movement because now some people are using this movement to murder people and to harass people just because they want to hide. They have an opportunity to do that. They've been wanting to do that, so now they have an excuse because they are hiding behind this movement. So do not allow those people to poison the movement. One. So yeah, man, that's that about that. Let's talk about some things that have been happening in South Africa. South Africa. Yeah, if it's a fuel prices are high. It's bad. Fuel prices are sky high, and they are too high now. And my take is people who control information should not be allowed to control prices because during this whole Middle East war thing, because they during this whole Middle East war thing, we've been told how to know due to the conflict in the Strait of Hormuz, it will disturb the movement of oil and all those things, which will then disturb the supply of petrol and diesel and the likes. But when the conflict started, we still had supplies on the way. We still had ships that were on the way to South Africa and had already gone through the Strait of Hormuz, so they were not in any danger. But still, because that information, because most people did not have access to that information, they were able to be duped into the whole thing. You know, we're running out of fuel when we had fuel on the way. And when there was fuel on the way, but they told us, "Oh, we are running out of fuel." So they gave themselves an excuse to change the prices because, God forbid, we do not move in accordance with the United States, because everything that is happening right now is a mirror of the United States, and that's what we've become. We've become the United States of Africa. Yeah, that is South Africa. You can spin it how you want to spin it, but that's it. We are the United States of Africa. Oh man. So yeah, man. Moving on to current events. There's been, you probably heard of talks of what's this thing? Lenacapavir. Hey, that's the name of a medication. Lenacapavir is prevention for HIV, which is used or which is injected every 6 months. So it's a preventative measure on the HIV epidemic. So it's officially now in in the public health care. It has been provided to the people as of the 5th of June, being today. Yes, as of the 5th of June, Lenacapavir is available in most clinics and yeah, in most clinics in the public sector, which are in regions of that have high numbers of HIV, to try and curb the numbers in a way. So yeah, this is a big leap in 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 the HIV context, because we've been trying to find a way to kind of shut it down in a way, because even though there are people who are living with it, and it's not a death sentence in a way, but no one wants to have HIV or one. So yeah, man, if you are in the streets like that, go do some research. Hey, do some research and go find yourself something like a Lenacapavir, and yeah, man, keep yourself safe in the streets, because the streets are rough, the streets are cold, everything bad happens in the streets. So keep yourself safe. I want them. And moving on to our favorite topic, being cupcake. The the impeachment committee is in motion. The there's a It's a committee made of 31 members who on the first of June met for the first time to appoint a chairperson. But even before even before the committee was set, there was a rau in the situation, because opposition parties demanded that the National Assembly Speaker, Thoko Didiza, recuse herself from all impeachment related matters. And yeah, man, in other news on surviving Joburg, there are sinkholes in Johannesburg. So the ground is literally collapsing under people's feet. And there's a certain group of people that are to blame for this thing, because there's a reason why most mines in Joburg were closed, or they've been closed, is because they if you continue mining in the particular area, you cause this type of things. But because we have people who are and they're called ZamaZamas, they have continued mining in such areas, which lead to sinkholes, the ground literally collapsing under your feet. Imagine that. Imagine how scary that would be. As a normal person, you're just walking on the street and the ground just collapses. Yeah, so these brews they are killing the city, because due to the incompetence of the government, that damage will take 20 years to fix. Because the street, what's the name, Lilian Goy in the CBD, the one that exploded a couple of years ago, is still not in the the best condition it could be. They tried to fix it, but they failed. They didn't do it effectively, meaning there will be more repairs that will need to be done along the way, because of the bad job that was done on Living Goy. So if now we have sinkholes, just shy for Joburg at the moment. It's shy, it's really, really shy, because these brothers seem to not want to let down. They don't want to give up on looking for that gold. But But yeah, man, it's hey, re tla reng, man? Re tla reng because apparently South Africa belongs to all those who live in it. That's what the constitution says, or I'm paraphrasing. So it means if you are here, whether legal or not, you you are entitled to South Africa. So yeah, man, we need to rewrite that thing. To be honest, I want to make research. What would it take to rewrite the constitution? Because clearly, uh, there's a reasons there are reasons why you should not make big life decisions when you are in mourning, when you are recovering from traumatic events, because that's it leads to things like the South African Constitution. Don't get me wrong, it's one of the better constitutions that we have in the world, but there are key points like that one for everyone here has an entitlement to South Africa, being South African or not. That's kind of dodging. So yeah, we need to rewrite the constitution, and yeah, this is the sprinkling I'm talking about. Excuse us while we fix our things. We'll call you to come back once we are done. One. So yeah, that is it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Yes, subscribe. I'm not dumb. So subscribe. So yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. And yeah, man, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.